All you need is kill.
I was gonna do that.
Bum ba da ba dum.
All you need is kill
Bum ba da ba dum.
everybody.
All you need is kill.
It's either that or
Kill.
haven't we done this review
Wait.
over and over?
Wait. Haven't I handed you the microphone on the right every single time we've done this?
Try on the left. Maybe it'll be different.
I can't. Why?
Hello. We're just chatting.
Folks. So we're trying to review a lot of movies this year. I think we're going to even do more than 10 this month based on my
Wow.
calculations. Coming up soon is what we're calling Finds Fest.
Finds Fest 2026.
We're really proud of this artwork that our friend Rob made for us. And showing that you can see not one, but two finds. Is it Rafe finds? I want to say Ralph. But anyway.
Rafe finds.
Two finds. Nothing's finer than two finds movies at definitely at Regal these days right now. Of course, Bone Temple Pilots and also the Coral, so both represented in this artwork that we have. But today we're discussing, because we're just like, what's new? Anything new out there? Hey, here's something new. It's All You Need Is Kill. We went to the subtitle version of it. Yeah. And this is our first anime that we're reviewing. So we're going to try our best not to be annoying. And
so this was based on a manga, which then inspired the Tom Cruise film Edge of Tomorrow. And I don't think you've seen Edge of Tomorrow. It's now called Repeat, Die, Kill, or Repeat, Kill, Die, or something.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Very Groundhog Day, Tom Cruise, future kind of setting with the war against aliens. You can see where they got...
How is that Groundhog Day, though?
Because they kill a certain alien that has special blood, makes him repeat the same day over and over until he gets it right.
Okay.
So, very Groundhog Day. And you can kind of see with All You Need Is Kill what they took, what they liked for the Tom Cruise movie, and I guess what they didn't like. And I don't know. I like this. I like the style. This is really stylish anime.
So the thing that I was telling you that I did something for this review. Is that I yesterday, I think it was yesterday, read both of the manga.
Ooh.
For this.
Wow.
So it's actually two. The first one is more from the point of view of the boy. And then the second one is more from the point of view of, Rita. So I have a little insight from that, and it may have sort of swirled around my just understanding of things in general. So why don't you take the lead on this, Squirrel, and I'll just pipe in where I can.
Sure. So this is... When was this set? That was I think it's in the future, right?
Well, if it's not in the future, then it's got to be in a forgotten past.
It's like not far future, but kind of like around the corner. This robot stuff helping people.
Yeah, there's.
And so it's like at some point,
external hard drives are a thing.
In our history, this giant, meteor thing lands.
Yes.
It's a giant plant, which I appreciated. Like it's not an alien creature terrorizing everyone. It's just a plant, but it's an alien plant, and it's huge, and it's giving off like noises and vibrations, and I couldn't quite work out whether the red lines were just what people felt or whether it actually was shooting red lines across the sky. I was a little hazy on that. Were people seeing that, or was it just this is to suggest like you feel this coming from the plant? But anyway.
Yeah. Did you get the feeling in this? Did you get the feeling that people knew to be afraid of it?
I saw that they were just trying to like clear it, like it was a nuisance.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much a threat as like, well, this plant is so big, we have to chop its roots and try and clear it out. So people had been sort of volunteered because there was a lot of talk about, hey, we get to go home soon. Like they were on shifts.
Yeah.
And it's like, so Rita, our main character, is trying to work in like a mech suit, and she's not very good at operating it, but she gets better. And then the plant makes a great big loud scary noise, and spores seem to come out of the ground that are running quick crazy plant creatures, which were kind of scary.
Yes.
Their design wasn't too scary, but I was afraid because they were so tough, almost unkillable.
Right.
So that was scary.
What's interesting is that in the manga, Rita, whose name is actually not Rita.
Oh.
So she's from America, and both of her parents are killed by such plants in America. And she's, I think, too young to join the forces at this point. So she uses the identity of somebody else, I think, who had died, named Rita, something that begins with a V, kind of Russian sounding. So she kind of takes that person's identity so that she can go ahead and join because she's super angry. And her fighting abilities increase in America so that by the time she joins them in Japan, she is known as, I'm trying to think what she said, as something bitch, like something like Full Metal Bitch, I think is what they're calling her.
And so this is interesting that, so she gets her story, and like this, the anime is all about her, really.
Yeah.
And the Tom Cruise film has, Emily Blunt as Rita.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So she's already had her, technically she's already had her adventure, and we're catching up where she knows what Tom Cruise is going through because she's already been repeating time. So I wonder if...
And I think that is how it goes. So she recognizes...
It's all coming together.
So the whole thing where they ask the question, like, is green tea complimentary at the end of the meal? Or there's this thing that she does that she learned from somebody else where you ask someone a question when they're sort of dying on the battlefield. You make conversation with them. You ask them a question kind of as they're dying, just a small talk type question. And if they answer the question the next time you see them the next day, then you know that they have experienced this day before. So that's one of the reasons how she figures out that the guy, I feel bad. I should have double checked how to say his name. Do you remember how to say his name? This is embarrassing. It's like KG or no, I feel bad. I'm sorry. That's some bad preparation on our part. So we're just gonna call him K for now, okay? If that's all right. So she recognizes that, and we saw the dub, so everything's just flying past, So if we had seen we saw the subtitle one. So if we'd seen the dubbed, we probably would have been hit over the head enough times with what part was his name. But it was just all flying past us, and we were like keeping up with reading and watching. So anyway, so she knows that he's gone through it before. And so the way the film goes, I think they've kind of tried to condense it in some way, but she doesn't really seem like, I think they're showing her abilities grow in Japan, whereas she'd experienced.
I wonder
this
why
in
they
America.
changed it so much. Like they didn't need to.
Yeah.
If the whole point was like, we're basing this off the original story, not the Tom Cruise thing,
right?
Then use the original story. It sounds great.
I thought it was really interesting. Maybe we'll just be bouncing around here, but I thought it was really interesting the way she would wake up in her room almost looked like film, you know? Like her room looked so realistic, but the way she was drawn was not very realistic.
Some of the background art, was tremendous. Looked just photo real. I loved it. And yeah, I mean, granted, I appreciated the stylized people. Like some people, their eyes are too close together, or their eyes are too far apart, or their nose is weirdly low.
Yeah.
I just like that choice of
Yeah.
like, this differentiates the people because you're going to see them over and over when time starts repeating.
Right.
So they all stood out like, oh, I know that guy. He's about to drop his tray or bump into someone. And it's like, oh yeah. Can't remember the character's name, but recognize what they're going to do.
Yes. And that was as we start to experience the Groundhog Day type feeling, it's like, oh wait, this conversation's happening every day, and we start to know, when to jump over the puddle, howdy doodly neighbor, or whatever.
Right.
Like, it's a doozy. Well, in the manga, probably no surprise, all the girls are like way sexier. Rita's sexier, everyone's sexier. The one who's got the sort of, does she have like little round black glasses?
Yeah.
She's also sexy in the manga. By the way, I got the ebook manga, and that was kind of a funny little learning experience because I was like, hey. Now, of course, I've held manga before physically, but never in ebook manga. So I was like, this thing's not working. Then I was like, oh, swipe the other direction. Right. So that was fun. I would say in the manga, especially the ladies are sexier, and I kind of, I don't know, that can be a little gross.
Right.
So
I really liked, this reminded me of Aeon Flux from, was it MTV? Liquid Television? I don't know if you remember that from the 90s.
That was during the time I didn't have cable.
Oh. Well, that was the time I was in Britain. We didn't even know what cable was. But anyway, now I'm trying to think of the
You were
creator.
just running on cables.
I was just
over
running
streets.
on them. Nice.
Jumping into trees. Okay,
Squirrel
sorry,
pun. But now I'm blanking on who created Aeon Flux. But he did that kind of style.
Okay.
Scream at me in the comments.
Yes.
But his style of people was like not. I was worried that this was gonna, like you said, be overly Japanese style Sailor Moon, and it wasn't, and I really like that.
I mean, it is kind of cool because they are like in battle, I felt like in the manga, the deaths are more brutal, and the insanity of it was felt more clearly to me. Just how quickly the desperation. Of course, in the anime, Rita kind of drowns herself, right? Like, not too many days into it.
Right.
In the manga, it's initially our male hero who he takes the gun of the guy that keeps coming in to be like, hey, we're gonna be celebrating, or tonight, the one that keeps coming in to the room in the morning.
Oh, sure.
Borrows their gun and just like shoots himself. Like, so
See,
that
this is interesting that to me, like, and also I thought the deaths in the anime were kind of brutal because how fast and black the screen went. It was like there was no like gurgling death. It was like you get killed by these plant things and the screen just goes black. Like, that's it, you're dead.
Yes.
And then wake up again. The Tom Cruise film plays it almost for comedy, which it's still brutal, but it's like Tom Cruise will be like, oh, rolling his eyes like, oh, come on. And Rita shoots him to be like, we have to reset the day. We've done it wrong.
Oh.
So American version played for comedy, Japanese one brutal. So very different.
You really got the feeling in the manga, I got the feeling that it was like that he was suffering. I didn't really get that from the anime necessarily because it was so quick, like you said. Also, just some of the stuff that he witnessed was, I mean, it was also brutal in the anime, but it was really brutal in the manga. And I would say it also makes it clear that she's a major respected fighter. And yes, so some things I learned something I learned from the manga is that it's the big sea anemone thing, you know, they are the ones that are controlling the looping.
Right.
They're actually, and did you know that? Or did you know that from the movie, or was it clear from the anime?
I think it helps seeing the Tom Cruise one first.
Okay.
Because that explains, like, some aliens are different, and if you get the blood of them on you, you start looping time because that's what they're doing. And
Right.
they are winning the battle. The aliens are winning because they can do that. They reset time and be like, oh, we did this wrong.
Right. So while the human characters are getting better each time, and it was reminding me of like a video game where you clear levels and that kind of thing. But it turns out it's the creature that are really doing it, and a couple of them are getting stuck in this time loop thing with them. And
I think the anime showed that, like, when they work out how to see through the drones, which ones are the special ones with the time loop.
and like the antenna, there's like an antenna and a backup and
Right.
stuff.
So I think the anime showed them learning too. Like, they were so tough to kill, even though the regular
Yeah.
plant creatures were tough to kill. These were super speedy and were, you know, sort of like, oh, I can see where you're going to try and swipe me with a sword, human. I'm jumping in the air.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Tom Cruise one did that.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I don't think it was like, oh, yeah, you just got to kill the one that time loops or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it. But the anime did really well at showing, like, they're advancing just as much as
Right.
Rita and Kay were advancing.
Right. And it was really sweet that at the end that, you know, she realizes that he escaped the loop,
Right?
you know, and everything. Although that's like tragic too, to have lost all this like history with somebody.
Right, yeah.
And it's a little bit like the Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, where the most recent one.
Oh, yeah,
where-
with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like, I wish everyone would forget me. Yeah.
That,
Totally.
boy,
That one.
that movie's lucky. Sorry, I'm being silly, but that movie's lucky. Like we didn't have this channel then, because I think the other movie's ridiculous. And anyway, what a loss to lose all that history with somebody over what, somebody's grades or something. Anyway.
So now the one thing I thought that the anime didn't do as well as the live action Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Gonna keep bringing it up. But
Yeah.
I thought the anime was good. When they said at one point they're looping and they're not winning and they're getting a bit dejected, like, how are we going to get these plant creatures? How are we going to kill them? Oh, we need help. And smash cut to they've programmed the robots, the giant like lifting robots and huge walking robots, and they're all fighting with them. And I was like, okay, these robots are so huge. War over? They were massive. It's like we just stomp on them. Whereas in the Tom Cruise one, when they go, we need help, they convinced people that they were time looping, and they did it in such a way that the people were like, I don't know if this is true, but I kind of want to help you, and I really like that more.
Oh.
Where it's like, you tell people stuff about them because you've known them for so long in this time loop. You're like, hey, I know you're wearing like blue underwear and that you like, you know, cream cheese on your bagel. And it's all this stuff you couldn't possibly know in a war.
Yeah.
So the big
Yeah.
robots in the anime, I'm like, that really would have won the war if you could reprogram giant 100-foot robots that quick.
I feel like I'm like, I kind of feel like I might need to see it again now that I've like did the reading after watching it, and I think I'm getting a little confused, and I feel like you know more about it than I do in terms of like what we actually saw. But
Kudos to you for reading the manga. I haven't read that.
Thank you. Well, one of the things that that this made me think about, which I had not really thought about with these types of movies before, because usually it's like, for me, it's usually Groundhog Day, and the
Right.
stakes of Groundhog Day are sort of low, you know? It's like whether or not Bill Murray, you know,
Yeah.
is perceived as charming. But this started to make me think that history repeats itself.
Right.
And when you see other younger people not getting it, and it makes me wonder, about like the oldest people in society right now, if they're like watching stuff that's happening in the world and, and watching maybe patterns. And it made me think that the sense of like despair that these characters were feeling over watching their comrades not get it, not get what was about to happen, not get like what a rough day this is about to be. Kind of like I felt like, oh wow, this is like kind of symbolic of what it's like to be like an older person watching history repeat itself,
Sure.
Politically and stuff. So anyway, that was a thought.
Yeah, and I think to some extent Groundhog Day, I think Harold Ramis in the commentary originally said, Bill Murray's been looping for 30 years. And then in a later interview, he went, I'm all wrong. I think Bill Murray's been looping that day for 300 years. That's how he knows so much.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay. And then it's very hazy in the Tom Cruise film how long he's been looping, but he gets so good at fighting and he's trying to save people. And he's like going through the day trying to save other soldiers, and then he just gets so dejected. You're like, how long has he been doing this day?
Yes.
And I think the anime touches on, what was the highest number? She was writing the number of times she's looped. I like that. Where it's like she wrote like 96 or something on her hand.
I feel like I saw like 157 or something.
They went up into the hundreds.
Yeah.
And they got really good and kept improving the mech armor they were wearing.
Right.
So they kept like going, we need to improve that and make it better. And so that was smart. But yeah, I never felt they were looping for that long. Like 100 and something days, half a year. They got really good at fighting.
Right. And and of course she had been, Wait, did they both have the same number?
I think so.
Had they both been
Yeah, because
looping?
he says, I've been looping for 3 days when she had.
Yeah. But I feel like she looped. Okay, so maybe it's in America. She had also looped? I don't know. I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused.
The manga, she's looping way before other people.
But yeah, there's all this stuff about how the suits that they wear, some of them have like a built-in like stabilizing thing, and apparently if you remove that, it makes it more possible for you to wield like a heavier axe or some of the stuff that they, so they were like, I don't know. Yeah, they were getting better and better and better, and also removing some of like the autopilot aspects in order to be able to do this, and maybe make their suits lighter to maybe make it easier to because they were looking for a weapon that could allow them to kill that many more. And there was something in there where she was like, oh, I keep trying to perfect this, but somebody still has to die. There's I kind of can't do it perfectly.
Right.
And I guess in life, that's the case too. That life eventually has to end, even if it doesn't have to end necessarily tragically,
And I guess, is that the manga? Because I guess the anime kind of showed that subtly, where their armor got bigger and bigger and more cumbersome. And then the next time we see them, they're in very sleek gray armor. And it's a lot smaller than when they had multicolored, he was in blue, she was in red.
Yeah.
And they were 12 feet tall, giant robot killing machines. And then that didn't work.
Yeah.
And so then it went to, we've gone sleeker.
I feel like I'll have to see it again at some point, but yeah, and sometimes also, if we have to go to something really late, that's not good for me.
I'll admit my eyes did close at one point. That I was like, oh, I ate too much popcorn, and then an explosion happened. And I was like, oh, I'm back.
There was a point where I closed my eyes and I was just like, I think I can understand the Japanese. And I'm like, no, I can't. What am I doing?
I'm getting the vibe from the Japanese with my eyes closed.
That's part of the reason why I did my homework reading the manga.
Cool.
So I could at least be worth something in this. So anyway,
So yeah, if you're a fan of Groundhog Day and The Edge of Tomorrow, you'll love this because
Yeah.
it's very well done.
and and what did you think? What did you think? Is this something you decided to check out?
Or have you already told us?
What? Anyway, will we could just wrap this up, I think, because but
Or are we start? Or I'll stop.
but we'll be back soon with more.
Finds Fest.
You're gonna see a lot of us.
Join us for Finds
Yes.
Fest.
I think we're also gonna try to watch that Netflix
Leave us a comment, right?
The
Finds.
Rip
Oh yeah.
with the Goodwill Hunting crew. So we'll see what we think of that too. So anyway, hope you're having fun watching movies. And I hope good stuff is coming to wherever you are. And thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. Finds Fest 2026.
Bye.
Hello and welcome to